Hello everyone. This video is meant to be a lesson for this guy here, Cho'Gath, who is my friend Dillon. And it's supposed to be a lesson about... Hold on. Can we get the camera to stay on him? The lesson is supposed to be sort of a general how to play League of Legends guide. It's not specific to any matchup or role or position. He just happens to be playing Cho'Gath mid in this situation. But he'll play other roles and I'll commentate on those as well. So what I'll probably do, 1 second, is I'll probably commentate the whole game, cut out the bits that are less important so we don't have a 40-minute video, and then we'll take it from there. So I guess first things first is Cho'Gath, probably versus, it looks like, let me restrict the vision here, to red side. So he's in mid lane farming while this fight's happening. He seemed to be AFK at the start. You don't usually want to do that, but he is pushing. He should be keeping track of what's happening over here. Looks like Rengar got it anyway with the smite, which is nice. You should still just be pushing mid lane. He's gotten every creep so far, which is good. So it's super important when your lane opponent's out like this to not deny him the farm. Because basically he's up an entire wave on this Yasuo. And he's getting his harass off, which is good. Taking advantage of level 2. He really needs to be positioning himself much more aggressively up here to fight with the Yasuo. And, you know, starting at his own blue, then immediately has to go back to his red, and then he could come gank you middle. It would be a good idea to use the trinket ward like right over here before this, because Lee Sin could, go from his blue right to red and then just come back. How do I make it stop doing manual camera? Okay. You know, it'd be pretty common for Lee Sin to just do red and then just come mid. So now you moved up here. You don't have any mana. He knows that, so he can be aggressive. I should mention that Dillon is in silver. No, silver 3 maybe. Positioning himself, make sure Yasuo can't get that. Hitting him with the silence is really nice so he can't dash away. Now he's fighting. Oh, why didn't he keep fighting? He had enough mana for a Q. So right now, your wave is slightly pushing, and you know Yasuo is probably backed. So you probably just want to take all your mana, shove it as hard as you can, and then run back and buy. Is he gonna back? He's gonna drop his ward and then back. You don't want to drop your ward and then back. You're getting the vision, then you're wasting it. You're not doing anything here. At this point, yeah, you're not really afraid of Lee Sin with flash up. His ignite. Yeah, you don't want to... How did he do this? You don't really want to throw out your Q unless you have him silenced. Did he do it in this order? No, he did it in the wrong... Yeah, you want to silence and then hit the Q. Yeah, so he's just going to be able to dash away if you don't use the silence. Kind of just this big Cho'Gath. You've got the catalyst for sustain. You just want to be auto-pushing. Okay, here's the Lee Sin gank. Let's see how this works. The silence is good. You're a little late with the Q. It looks like you're going to get a kill here. Yeah, so what you should have done here is the second... You could throw your Q right there the second you see the Lee Sin come in. Can I slow this down? Yeah, so the second we see the Lee Sin come in here, he lands the Q on you, right? The second he activates it, you should be throwing your Q down. The silence is really nice, but it would have been great to follow it up with the Rupture, because now he's silenced. He can't dodge the rupture. He's gonna take a lot of damage. You probably can't get 2 kills off it anyway, but it's just a lot safer. So yeah, it should be just auto attacking. That's a situation where you want to A move as you walk down towards him. That way, the second he comes into range, it'll automatically attack him. So now you want to be a little concerned for Lee Sin. Get the feast. Because now he's full health. You know he's going to hit 6 soon. You're not full health. You don't have any potions. You can't be wasting your Q like that. It costs a ton of mana. It doesn't exactly do that much. He's getting really aggressive without 6. It's a good prediction, but ultimately you're just wasting your mana. You don't really have any kill pressure on him, and you're just kind of, you know, making it harder on yourself because you need that mana to farm. You shouldn't be using that mana to harass. So now you have really none. You gotta be killing. The focus here should be killing creeps to get mana back. So keep pushing the wave and look to roam is the plan here. Up 30 CS. Nice. Cho'Gath's auto attacks do a lot of damage, so it's good to get all those off there. Looks like he went in for the all-in. You can stay there and fight him. You should be fighting him right now because you got all the creeps. And you have feast. There's no reason not to fight him here. Let me just play this back. Alright? So let's look at this. So now you're fighting him. Look at you, alright? So it'll tell you when feast is active, right? So if you're fighting him, he's got 3 minions attacking him. There's no reason you shouldn't be sitting here like auto attacking him. I think if you get 2 autos off, it's... Come on. Let's play it back again here. It's real slow, right? So he's at... Okay, so he's at 552. And let's just pause it. A feast is going to do 362 true damage. So you need to take off 150 health, which with 2 autos is going to be 46 plus 89. You're going to do enough. And plus all these minions. So this is where you know you got to be sitting here just auto attack him twice. You got to try to fight that. He gets a crit there, which is lucky, but I mean, if you have, especially with the cannon minion attacking him too, with cannon minion, with feast, with mana, you should definitely have fought him. All because, I mean, the key, you know, the key in this situation right here, if I see this thing turn and fight, then you gotta fight too. Look at it. It's going, you got the other minions, that's the go code for fighting. But the best part about it though is with Cho'Gath from the passive, you just heal up so much and he doesn't have any lifesteal. All he has is the Dorans. And so he can't do anything here. That's nice. But yeah, you're looking up there, there's not much you can do. And again, you gotta... It's the same thing here. You need to be silencing before you throw your Q out. Alright, so moving up here, it's an okay look. He comes out of nowhere. Do we have vision of him anywhere here? Where does he come from? Is he on the minimap? We're focusing on the minimap. I guess we can put it up here. So we can see him come over here. I guess we're probably a little bit distracted by that rocket. That's why we missed it, so it's unfortunate timing. But right here. You throw the Q down. You gotta silence before the Q. That's the only way you can hit it. So if you silence before the Q here, let me speed this up and then... Okay. Alright, so let's see it. Now you're realizing, uh-oh, I don't have flash. So right here you can silence and Q. Yeah, if you silence Q, you probably have enough time. You can at least get out of tower range. And it looks like you feast the wrong person because they're stacked on top of each other, which is understandable. But you really gotta know to silence before you Q. I mean, that's the main mistake there, besides not seeing Lee walk through. But that one's understandable too, because the Jinx rocket is a little distracting. Alright, she needs to press R. There's 0. Okay, now we're gonna play this back. Small deviation to talk about Morgana. The second he comes in here, first off, no reason to just waste your black shield. Second off, the second he's up there, you press R. Don't start with the binding. Press R the second he's on you. He's got nowhere to go from there. He dashes to 1, he dashes to, just press R and stay near him, because you know that Cho'Gath's coming. You're missing out a kill there. Yeah, and don't use the Q to harass in this situation. You gain almost nothing from it. I mean, you use it to push the wave. You're gaining something. Using it up here, you're not gaining anything. But there's no reason to be backing. Yeah, there you go. Now you're figuring it out. So what you're seeing in this scenario right here, if you push the wave, you know your whole team's up here in the enemy jungle, right? So that means you have to be pushing to tower, right? Because you can A, be holding one of their teammates under tower, or B, doing tower damage. And so basically, what you're getting here is nothing, and you could be taking something. Right, so they're fighting, they're getting something. He's fighting, they're doing something. You should be up here getting tower damage. That way, Echo, he walks away, he's forced to either stay here and not be in that fight, not that he actually made it. You know, in this situation right now, like, I start to get worried based on, you know, you had a big lead, the lead is shrinking, you know, the idea should be what can we do to maintain this lead, because they're grouping together as a team, and it's really, it's bringing them ahead. So you gotta counteract that group with a group of yourselves. I mean, this tower is low. You could easily call for the group up and take mid. You could follow that up with a dragon. You know, that should really be the call that should be made here. This situation, you got it back. You know, you don't really want to stay here and fight. Failed the flash. Let's throw out a Q. You should. Okay, so let's play it back. Like right here, right? Like, you don't want to be here. You know, you're saying, I don't want back, I don't want to fight. So you see this coming in. You know to walk away. You have your Q. Don't fail the flash, but stay right here and just throw a Q. You know, you can knock it up. Maybe your team gets out, maybe they don't. Definitely don't base right here. Lee Sin walks right up here, throws a Q under the tower, you're probably still dead. Just walk it over to this side, back here where they can't get you, and then press recall, because now your recall's been delayed. You know, you're gonna lose a bit of this tower, and Nar has to go up top to get this farm. They probably get the inner. There's no one here to defend it. I mean, you can get back here in time before, by just avoiding this situation right here. You know, just walk away. You waste your flash. Just throw the Q out, walk away. Make sure you get a reasonable distance in a spot where they can't cancel your recall. Elixir of Iron? I don't understand this elixir purchase. I think that's kind of 400 gold wasted. I don't know what benefit you're trying to get. So there's size, tenacity, and slow resistance, right? So we've got Blitzcrank, it's not going to do anything. Vayne, it's not going to do anything. Yasuo's not going to do anything. Lee Sin, not going to do anything. Echo, not going to do anything. They don't have any hard CC. they don't have any like real, like actual hard slows. You're just giving yourself a bigger hitbox to be more easily caught by Lee Sin Qs, by Blitz hooks, by Yasuo Qs. I mean, there's zero. It's like actively hurting yourself by buying this 400 gold here. So definitely don't do that. You can't be wasting the Q like that. You should really be waiting for Morgana to hit a binding, use her ulti, and then you can use your Q. Yeah, you want to get out of there. Make sure you're using your autos. Again with the Q. Okay, let's just play this back right now. Right, let's go a little bit further. Okay, so here you are, right? So you're going here, right? You feast the red buff. Not a problem, right? But now you need to know you don't have feast for your fight. So right here, once you see that, you need to know you can't get out that way. You just can't make it that way. You need to go out immediately down. So he's flashed, right? He comes back. You silence. Silence is good. You don't have your Q up. You know, your Q's up. Now you throw it out. You use it. It's misplaced. It's after he dodges. You should really, I mean, just wait on it a little bit because you know Nar's coming and you know he's gonna stun someone. So you could, you know, if you put your Q on the lead there, you can probably finish up a kill. So now where are the cooldown does? So you have your W, you don't have your Q. You know, you're just running away, you're running away. What's gonna happen? You should be looking to turn here, because you know if he's coming in, don't throw out the Q. You need to hold on to your W, and you need to be waiting for him to dash in, and that's when you throw your W to silence him the second he gets in there. So let's just play back this last sequence one more time while you're running. Because the big question always is when can we turn, right? And the answer to when you can turn is basically when your Q's up. Or if he wants to come in. If your Q's up, you can try to turn. So you see him dash in, you should be immediately thinking W, W, W. Don't throw out your Q. Now you've got 8 more seconds till you can engage again. So that was definitely the wrong thing to do. Again, you can't be wasting the Q. I think you probably should have feasted that, knowing the Ignite finishes him off. Play it back one more time here, right? A little further. So once the lead Q hits, you know you wanna come bait this, right? So the second he comes in, so let's pause it. The second you throw the Q out, he knows it's safe to go in, right? And so you don't want to throw the Q out. You want to let him come into you and then silence him the second he gets in there. Because the second he's here and he's silenced, he's immediately screwed. Because now he's got Gnar hitting him, and Morgana's close enough to hit him with a binding. So now you're in a scenario here, right, where if we just pause real quick and look at what's about to happen. Is Baron about to happen here? Because it shouldn't. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 wards over here, 1 ward over here. No reason to try and do Baron. So, good idea not to. You have crowd control, you have a ward here. What you should be doing right now is recalling, and then trying to get vision control for Baron, which it seems like that's what the call is. So the team's getting caught, you're walking over. You know it's not safe to go here, right? So now you have to go around this way, which is the right call. You got too close. You should have just hung out here and threw the Q there. So now the question is, you know they're probably going to do Baron. Do you have Flash? Do you try to steal? You have Flash. Trying to steal, probably a good idea. At least hanging out in the air is definitely a good idea. The only thing you really have to be concerned about is probably a blitz hook. So Morgana's over here. Like, if someone was with her, that would have been really nice. Yeah, but instead she's all by herself. She almost stops the one before. You know, it didn't have to be this way. You're walking back to base with full HP and full mana. Nar's going back. He has teleport. He doesn't have anything to teleport to except for that, which is... Which might be okay, considering that this is pushing down here. She nearly fends them off all by herself. Like, any sort of help, you probably get 4 kills and the Baron off of this. And instead you have to give it up, which is unfortunate. He just lost his bar, so you know fighting is... You gotta stall it a little bit at least. You know, you don't have to stall until it's back up, but you gotta stall it as much as you can. Trying to place a ward over here is really what needs to be done, which looks like you're about to do. So let's slow this down real quick. Blitz is gonna be looking for a hook, but you know, you're the likely target just because you're the biggest. So you want to try to hide away. He throws his W out. Is he gonna go? He is gonna go in for it. And you feast it. Let's just pause this real quick. Let's talk about the feasting of the dragon. It gives you guys number 4. Is number 4 important? 15 damage to minion and monsters? Maybe. It looks like Rengar doesn't have smite. I guess if that's not communicated... Let's play it back a little bit here. If it's not communicated that he doesn't have smite, then I think... Well, I guess he's not in the pit anyway. Right? So... Right here, right? Rengar's not here, so you have to be the one to do it. So I think feasting it probably is the right call here. And let's play this fight super slowly here. Right? Feasting it's the right call. Hold on. One more time back. Because feasting is the right call. I think what's not correct here is you don't want to be using any of your... You don't want to be using your Q or your W on Dragon. You know? Right here, bad. Super bad. Super bad. No reason to use your Q on Dragon. You need to save that for the fight. Because now, all you have is your W. Right? I mean, you used your Feast. Your Feast is on cooldown. Your W is on cooldown. You have your E and you have your Ignite. And you have Flash. Right? So now you're stunned, and you get kicked out, which is nice. Yeah, so it comes up. You want to be flashing at this point immediately to get more distance in the fight. So here's how this should play. You're here. Don't use your Q on the dragon. No reason to use Q on dragon. You know you're probably going to get stunned, but you're committed to the dragon, which I think is fine. You get it right here. You get kicked immediately. Out. You're stunned. You get kicked. Right here, you should just be trying to flash out, because you know you're going to take a lot of damage from this. And you should be trying to flash out. That way you can have your Q and your W come back up, and then you can choose how to reinitiate yourself into the fight. Right here. So right here, let's say you flash out right there when you should have. You're not going to take this extra damage from Yasuo. You don't get another round of your abilities off either. So then the rest of this fight, it looks like they just auto-attack and being up. But you didn't need to die in this fight. The Sing gets caught. She flashes out, so he's dead. Flash Feast is fine. She's got 2 people. She shouldn't be using her Q before her ult finishes. Seems like they're just hanging him back. It seems like now the game is over. So I think the key to that game is really sort of knowing the cooldowns of your abilities, not wasting them, and also knowing I would say knowing the order and when to use them of the abilities was the key to that game. Also, pushing the wave and then basing to deny your enemy CS, because that was how you gained the CS lead, and that was how you kept the SO down.